This video is dedicated to James Humphreys. James, thank you. Alright, let's see if I can actually remember all the combos I put in this deck. Rocco's EDH Life versus Maelstrom Wanderer. Okay, and there's a combo piece in Combat Celebrant. See if our opponent wants to scoop 2 Mana Crypt into Sol Ring. I'll just go for the Imperial Recruiter here. And yeah, our opponent scoops. Rocco up against Kozilek, the Great Distortion this time, and yeah, keep that one as well. Our opponent exiles a Lotus Bloom on turn 1 and plays a waste with nothing else to cast apparently. That is an Eldritch Evolution for us to try and set something up. Let's just go for the Sakura Tribe Elder. Grab a red source because might want to go in for Kiki Jiki, and that is triple red if we have to cast it. Okay, there is an E-Witness as well, so I was thinking of going for the Prowling Serpapard there, but if we want to sacrifice a 3-drop for a 5-drop, then E-Witness should be alright as well. So I'll just bring a land back to hand with that. Our opponent not managing to get into any ramp unusually for a Kozilek deck. We just get into another land, so let's go Bloodstained Mire and crack that one again. And I think maybe I'll just set up for a Kiki Jiki combo here, seeing as how my opponent's going pretty slow. We'll go Eldritch Evolution onto the E-Witness. And then next turn, if we put 3 mana into X, we'll be able to grab, where is it? Be able to grab the Hierarch Scout, which is a combo with our Kiki Jiki, so grab that and pass the turn. They do get a Lotus Bloom into play here, which they can sacrifice and make 3 mana of any one colour. Hers is mine, part of the way to Tron. And there we see a Solemn Simulacrum, so I think it's likely that we're going to win next turn. And we draw Dragon Lord Dramoka, so let's throw out a land and cast the Rocco. 3 mana into X on Rocco. Search out the Hierarch's Tower Scout. And I'll hold control in order to hold priority. Target the Kiki Jiki with that, and I will make a copy of the Hierarch Scout. And the copy comes out, targets the original Kiki Jiki, so we'll let that one resolve. And our opponent sees the combo, so basically we do that forever until we've got as many Hierarch's Tower Scouts as we need. And they all have haste and we go wide on them. Wasn't exactly a fair matchup that, because our opponent was going pretty slow, so we'll try another one. Rocco versus Hogaak this time, and bit of ramp there. I like the Grand Abolisher. Protection for the Grand Abolisher as well, we will keep. Our opponent just skipped through their first turn, maybe. Yeah, not sure what happened there. We'll get out of tap land. Draw into Boseiju. We'll keep hold of that for as long as possible. Got a few land drops to make here, thankfully. Hermit Druid, probably a means of discarding their entire library. We draw into Yavimaya, which could help our opponent, so I'll hold off on that for a turn as well. Let's go Grand Abolisher into the Lightning Greaves. Might as well swing in with that as well. Activating the Hermit Druid straight away, and surprisingly, only get a land into play with the Jungle Hollow. So playing the forest that they've just revealed to us, and then following up the turn with a Demonic Tutor. Okay, well, a Worldly Tutor gets us halfway to a combo at least. Throw out the Yavimaya. Maybe we can use this to go Walking Ballista next turn. Yeah, Walking Ballista into our hand next turn and grab the Heliod with this. Yeah, we can try it. See a Rex Sage now going on to the Lightning Greaves. Not necessarily bothered about that as long as they leave the Grand Abolisher alone. And then activating Hermit Druid, see if they get some more stuff this time. That is Phyrexian Arena, Bajuka Bog, and Plague Engineer this time. So during the end step, we cast a Worldly Tutor, put the Walking Ballista on top of our library ready to draw into. So there we see it in our hand. This turn it is Boseiju, and we'll put 3 into X on the Rocco. Rocco enters play, of course. The gods are creatures as well as enchantments while they're in the library, so we can tutor those straight out. And next turn, hopefully, as long as we keep the Grand Abolisher in play, we've definitely got a combo on our opponent next turn. Can't hold up the Heroic Intervention here, unfortunately. Playing out a different land to the one they revealed to us previously, so we know one of the cards in their hand. That is a Maze of Ith. Can tap for mana thanks to our Yavimaya, which looks like they are actually making use of. Genesis being cast. which is unusual for Genesis. So I assume that this is a more casual build of Hogaak. You can do some crazy stuff with this commander, especially if you get into a turn 2 Hermit Druid. Like I said before, you can turn your whole library upside down with this thing. But this does display another combo at least, so I'll use this game to try and gauge what kind of response people have to this commander. We want at least 2 toughness on the Walking Ballista, so putting 4 mana into that will have it coming with 2+ counters. And then Heliod can be pointed at Walking Ballista. This will give it lifelink. So then we remove a plus counter from Walking Ballista, point that at our opponent. It's left at 1 toughness. And because it's damage, it does count as lifelink damage, so that triggers the Heliod, which puts a plus counter on the Walking Ballista. We'll save the targets on this. I'm not going to do it 35 times, but I'll show my opponent the loop. So as you can see, we just do this infinitely, and our opponent is tapped out here, so I doubt there's anything they can do about it. Oh, and also, of course, we've got the Grand Abolisher, so there's nothing they can do during our turn anyway. Alright, and my opponent getting salty there. I mean, it's a turn 6 combo, so being completely unimpeded in 1v1, yeah, I think that's pretty good going, to be honest. Our opponent didn't really interact with us all that much. Noteworthy that they actually said you can wait an hour, so that just proves what I've always said all these years, is that people will actually just leave the game and not pass priority and make you wait for them, which, yeah, I mean, is the saddest thing you could ever do. But anyway, if that had gone on for any longer, then I would have just scooped anyway, and that would have been the end of the game. Hopefully you all enjoyed this brief visit to Rocco, and if you want to see more from it, then be sure to let me know. Deck list is in the description with all the combos that I've managed to string together as well. I'm tribalkai. Thank you for watching.